Welcome to Buzz in the Tower, a podcast dedicated to...
I don't like you singing like that. It's weird.
We're doing a little Raising Arizona today. The 1987 Coen Brother cage vehicle. All right. A little Gone in 60 Seconds. Go.
It's pretty good.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
Kind of a
little Farley in it.
I'm Mo Shapiro. That's Max Sanders, and a little common side effects flair.
Yes, and Nowhere in Desert. My father-in-law bought me this.
Was it you guys that told me that I need to watch
Scavenger's Reign?
The Last of Us?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Dude, you're missing out.
I have. I hate zombie stuff.
Oh, it's not hard zombie. Well, I'm only 4 episodes in, but I think you'd like it.
I have that weird fear.
Zombies?
No, it's the thing with strawberries on feet. Have you heard about this?
The thing with strawberries on feet.
Certain people have the bottom of their feet look like strawberries, like the little like dots, and like it's like a gross like textile thing.
Yeah.
People that look like mushrooms, because you know the mushrooms, the clicker stuff. There's a term for this.
I immediately regret.
Fear of mushroom strawberry feet.
immediately regret going down this rabbit hole with you. Costa, have you seen an episode of The Last of Us?
I've seen the first season. I have not seen the second season.
Did you like it?
I liked the first season. Yeah,
I'm 4 episodes in.
I know. I heard
it's good.
Season 2, episode 2 is like the banger of all bangers.
Oh, well, don't ruin it for me.
I like that. Actually, my whole family watched the gay Nick Offerman episode.
It was caught me off guard. Do you know what it reminded me of?
It's a very good episode.
It's very good. And you know what it totally reminded me of? The Sopranos. When
White Plains?
When what the hell is his name? He ends up being gay and he goes and starts dating the firefighter.
Oh yeah, Johnny Cakes.
Yeah, the Johnny Cake. That do you remember that in The Sopranos? Who was it? Who was the
it was the
mob guy?
captain.
Yeah,
it was the fat guy who lost some weight but
he
still fat.
He got busted giving fellatio to a man in a parking lot, and he had to escape from Tony and everyone.
That's not what happened.
He was in a gay club, but he also got busted in the parking lot. Finn, Meadows' boyfriend, busted him.
Yeah, but that was after.
But Max, are we splitting the right hairs here? The point is, he got busted being gay, and he had to leave town. And as he's leaving town, he goes to this like little small town in Newark, right? And he ends up falling in love with a firefighter. And when you're a Sopranos fan, you're watching The Sopranos. This is the biggest hard right turn you could ever. But it was perfect. It was perfectly done. It made sense. And that's what the Nick Offerman thing was like. It's just I wasn't expecting it, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
It was very strange. Yeah.
So welcome to Buzz in the Tower. Today we're doing the 1987 film Raising Arizona. We are sponsored by 80stees.com, the best in t-shirts. I don't know if they have that shirt, but you should reach out to them and tell them.
Get this shirt.
One day I'm going to have a full epileptic seizure on the show, and it's going to be because of your shirts or your tattoos or just because I hate you. Also,
you haven't seen my Huey, Dewey, and Louie one, by the way.
Oh, you got a new tat.
Yeah.
You realize you are blocking it with the mic.
See? Huey, Dewey, and Louie in their little Halloween costumes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Or I have 2 cherries, and one is angry.
Put your arm down.
Okay.
Put your arm down.
Sorry,
Coster. That won't happen again. If this is your first time listening to the show, please subscribe, follow, rate, review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon, whatever system is out there, we're on it. That's the magic of technology. We use ChatGPT to push it to everything. That's not true, Max. Don't ask. And additionally, all of our social media platforms, you can find our handle at Buzz in the Tower, BUZZ the Tower. You can check out our TikTok. You can check out everything we do. It's fantastic.
We had a TikTok blow up. That
winning
was
bigly.
You see the Raising Arizona one?
I did. Yeah. People love this movie.
Yeah.
It's big.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I can't believe you picked it.
I'm a huge fan of this movie.
It's really artsy fartsy.
We're not ready to get into it. Calm down.
Okay.
Take your magic mushrooms and chill out for a second.
I'm not.
Patreon.com/Buzz in the Tower to support the show. BuzzinTheTower.com for the website. And I lost track because you interrupted me a dozen times, but I think that covers everything. As I mentioned, we're talking about Raising Arizona today. So this is really interesting because there are a handful of films, and I think you and I have talked about these before, that cater to you as a youth, the 2 youths, as an adolescent and as an adult. I saw this movie as a young kid and just thought it was a goofy, funny movie.
Yeah, it's like cartoonish almost. Yeah.
I'm like, this is hilarious. I just thought it was fun. Nick Cage's character was very cartoonish. Everything about this movie was exciting. And I've watched it since then.
He's very Wile E. Coyote kind of.
Recently, when we just rewatched this right now, struck me.
Yeah.
Like emotionally. I was like, this is it got me somehow. And so this is the beauty of the Coen brothers. So for those who have never seen this movie, this is going to be a rough episode, but I'll tell you what it's about. Let me get to my little synopsis page here. Synopsis: fast-paced farce about an unlikely pair who go to extreme lengths to have a child. When an incompetent robber marries a policewoman, they discover that they are infertile. In order to appease his wife's longing for a child, the man steals one of a set of quintuplets. But mayhem ensues when the child's rich father sends a rabbit-shooting bounty hunter after the kidnapper. He doesn't technically say that, I know. The shot in which that's it. That's
the whole movie.
That's the whole movie. I made a joke at the beginning of this episode. There's so many unique things about this movie, the first of which being that you're not used to going into a movie and the screen comes up and you're in the movie. Yeah. So there's a 11-minute, I believe prologue is the correct word. Okay.
About like High's life and all that.
And it's a breakneck pace of like wash, rinse, repeat. You know, in jail, out of jail. Hey Ed, how you doing? In jail, out of jail. Hi Ed, how you doing?
Don't forget the fingerprints.
Yep. And you learn. It's really. I'm going to gush a little bit about the Coen brothers, more specifically about the editing of this film. You learn everything you need to know about these characters in 11 minutes. Like you're vested. You come out of, so they get through the 11 minutes, they get married, and then it's like, boom, credits, and then you're into the movie. But you know everything that you need to know about about Ed, H.I. McDonough, played by Nick Cage, Ed, played by Holly Hunter. Max, where do we begin?
So it's interesting. I was curious that you love this movie so much because this is like,
this is an art house movie. This is your kind of movie. Yeah.
So there's certain directors that when you watch them, they're like, yeah, I'm making a movie. Check out this angle. Check out this lens. Check out while you're watching the movie, it's completely a movie. It's Tarantino, it's Spike Lee, it's Scorsese. Mm-hmm. And the Coen brothers kind of are Wes Anderson before Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
So it's like the sardonic, have you seen the Royal Tenenbaums?
Yeah, love the Royal Tenenbaums.
The first 4 minutes, you know, the Hey Jude, that's Alec Baldwin's voice on the voiceover, by the way. Yeah. Same thing. Like this giant
convicted
voiceover.
Murder, Alec Baldwin.
And it's,
Sorry, I'd just like to throw it in there.
You know he can't remember the names of his kids?
Sure.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
His current wife comes in and out of having an accent. He's in a world of... I think that it's easier to sympathize with Alec Baldwin when you meet his wife. It's a very Johnny Depp, Amber Heard situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like she seems really awful. Like, I mean, at like the highest level.
Was it wife number 7?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that's even more to the point.
He believes in love.
I told Trish the other night, I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
I'll never get into one of these again.
Yeah.
Like ever. Ever.
If she dies, you're going to have some like 21-year-old bimbo like bouncing around your arm.
But here's the problem.
I'm not married, but you're just going to bounce.
But here's the problem.
What?
When you're a man who doesn't want to get married, the women want to get married. It's always about wanting what you can't have, and men are the same way. So
every 6 months, you'll just
when I put out that aura of like I want nothing to do with you, they're all going to want to marry this guy because I'm the full package. I'm basically an A+.
You're 15 pounds of package in a 5-pound bag.
That's right.
But this movie really has like an art house feel to it. And it's kind of about American life and kind of like there's these little moments in this movie. Like I love when High's getting married. He's at like a lower angle than the judge. Like he just looks like a child looking up, like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Or like Nathan Arizona when they're raising the kids and he's like, I took a day off to spend with the kids. And they're just hanging out underneath, in the normal family room while the kids are upstairs.
Yeah.
There's like little moments and little tinges about
the Dr. Spock book that every American family
had. I remember those.
Kids. Yeah.
Didn't work.
So I heard a phrase for this. I'm going to find it real quick because I wrote it down somewhere. Of course, I wouldn't make it easy to find because I'm a moron, but
what, magical realism?
Trailer park Western.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I really liked that term.
Yeah.
And there is a ultra realism to this. Actually, let me even go a further step back. I had an interesting thought that I wanted to throw by you, and I think you'll appreciate this.
Okay.
There are a few, and I'm probably not naming all of them, but the ones that come to mind right away: the Farrelly brothers, the Zucker brothers, and the Coen brothers. Right?
Yeah.
I believe that when you are one of a pair of siblings and you're making films.
The Wachowskis.
Yes. Thank you. They did Matrix. Thank you. That's actually another good example. There is a confidence and almost a invincibility. So if you're solo directing a film
Yeah.
and it's your first film, your second film, your eighth film, whatever, you compromise part of your vision to either try to create commercial success, try to appease the producers. There's an element of creativity that gets compromised when you're working on things because you have to fit in.
Yeah, watch the studio.
Right.
Oh.
But when it's your brother and you guys almost have that telepathy because you grew up with each other. I just think about my sister, how her and I have like the same
And you're going to call each other out on stuff.
And there is this lack of ego that exists because you have watched each other poop in your hands all the way through your first prom. And I think
kind of a relationship you have.
Yeah, I know, right? But I think something really special derives from that
Yeah.
because when you look at this movie in particular, like this, there are two, in my opinion, two main things that contribute to this being so audacious. And one is that it's this brother pairing because if you look at the other brother pairs I'm talking about, they make really unique signature films.
Yeah. And also the Coens don't take any improvising or any other thing like that.
So we'll talk about that because that ties to two things. One is, again, like they have in their little bunker a vision of what they want to do and they will not take any compromising. But the second is these early films in the careers of very famous directors where there was almost a grassroots bootstrapping mentality.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a $5 million budget to make this film.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
So like that's my point is like you do things differently than when you get the $50 million budget. And so it's the perfect storm of getting a Nick Cage who is perfect for this role.
He really is, yeah.
Then there's other people that what's his face?
Well, there's 3 Academy Award winners in this movie.
Well, no, but what's his face auditioned for it? Costner. Kevin Costner.
3 times.
I almost said Costner because that's something I frequently do.
He would have been good though.
He would have been good, but this is absolutely one of those films where I cannot imagine anyone playing H.I.
No, that
Madonna.
haircut, the mustache, everything,
But just
the looks.
like the goofiness, he almost seems like stoned the whole time, but then he can snap back into it. Like Nick Cage is perfect for this. But this is what I love about the Coen brothers, the Farrelly brothers. Again, even when I think of like Airplane and the
Zuckers.
and the Zuckers, they take these massive risks and do things that are really weird. And it got me to thinking. I'm like, of course, like if you have your sibling there to get your back, you're willing to do because you're in an echo chamber with someone who creatively is basically the same way you are.
Yeah, it's like the NBA star who ends up marrying the high school girl because she still calls him out on stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a good relationship.
Yeah, it's a stretch, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh.
You just heard everything I just said though, right?
Yeah.
Like your headphones are working? Okay, I just want to make sure. Thanks. Oh, good.
Nolan brothers.
Yeah.
Nolan brothers are good.
Yeah.
Well, Jonathan Wright.
The Spielberg brothers.
Yeah. The Spielbergians.
Jesus Christ. I hate you so much, Max.
I'm sorry.
I made the mistake of trying to have a serious moment.
I was being serious.
You were trying.
Yeah. I was trying to relate.
We're going to have to do Clifford on the show. I know I made you watch it and you were mortally offended by this.
I really didn't like
Have
the
you
movie.
ever seen the movie Clifford?
No.
Okay, so I've talked about it on the show before. It's
He's mean.
It's Martin Short
Yeah.
with
Chevy Chase.
No, not Chevy Chase.
Oh,
Midnight Run.
Yeah. Grogan or Grogan. David Goggins.
Yes, whatever his name
Carry
is.
the boats.
Grogan. In this movie, Martin Short, as an adult, plays like an 8-year-old kid. And he's Max. I mean, I don't have a better way to explain it. Like, he's ruthlessly annoying. He doesn't understand the world around him, and he just wants what he wants and executes his life based on impulse.
Charles Grodin.
Charles Grodin.
Yeah.
There we go.
Timing.
All right.
Well, you know what's funny? The governor of Arizona completely poo-pooed this movie. They were like, don't watch this. This is not what Arizona's like.
Well, I mean, as is the case with a lot of movies that are unique like this, in the moment, there's people that get it, there's people that don't.
Roger Ebert didn't get it.
Yeah.
Gave it 1.5 stars.
Yeah.
He said they sounded like they were in like an old-timey movie, which I kind of like though. It's like it's a modern Western kind of, which is a unique
Trailer Park Western.
Yeah, which is super unique. Like I love stuff that carries on in specialized or unique areas I know nothing about. Like they don't really go into like the culture of Arizona or anything like that, but you get the vibe completely from like when they go to the grocery store when High's robbing it. All the women are in rollers and they're in their like muumuus and stuff like that. Like just like little vibes like that. Or like the pimply faced kid with the Magnum gun who's protecting the convenience store.
Yeah, you know, it's funny as you're saying this. You know what this kind of makes me think of is like it almost has like a Simpsons feel to it.
A little bit, yeah.
Like there's this almost like caricaturation of everyone. Like it's Apu at the 7-Eleven, although we're not allowed to say Apu anymore. That's so sad. They had to kill off Apu.
Is he no longer on the show?
No, for years they had to get rid of him
because
it was racially insensitive. I guess I don't know.
Wow. He's a nice guy.
If Trump was going to bring anything back, should have been Apu, not Doge. God, years. I mean, a long time ago. Let me ask Siri. Siri, how long ago did The Simpsons get rid of Apu? Are you using ChatGPT yet?
Yeah.
Good.
I had to stop.
All right.
I was doing too many pictures.
The character Apu Nasa Pima Peloton was phased out of The Simpsons over several years. In the 2016 episode, Much Apu About Something introduced his nephew, Jay, taking over the Quickie Mart. So, God, yeah, since like 2008, by 2018.
Wow, that's sad.
Wah, wah. Wait, hold on. No, I stand corrected. In January of 2020, Hank Azaria, who voiced Apu, announced that he would no longer do so.
Bummer.
2020, COVID, Apu dies. Terrible year. There's a lot of cool facts about this movie. Before we jump into those, though, the story itself is like, it's simple and it's fun. And it's
baby
outrageous,
kidnapping.
right?
Yeah.
So Ed, who's a cop, and H.I., who we call High McDonough, who is a repeat criminal offender.
So I love the little detail that it's never armed robbery if the gun isn't loaded.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or like the correction board.
The
they're
parole, the parole board's great.
Yeah. It's like, you're just telling us what we want to hear. It's like,
Well, yes, I am.
well, all right then.
Well, okay then. I don't want to see you back here, High.
Yeah. Or like the guy mopping in jail. He's like, you missed a spot.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something comforting and like, you're in safe hands with this movie. You know what I mean? Like, the Coens are just incredible.
Well, it's meant to be a 180-degree detachment from their first film, which was like,
oh, Blood Simple.
Yeah.
Which rules.
I've never seen Blood Simple.
It's incredible.
I'll have to watch
So
it.
it's like a thriller. Like, you can see the bones of where No Country for Old Men is going to become.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyways, they in this film, as we progress through the entire story, the part of it that I kind of like is it really, there's no character arch, because really High is already kind of well behaved. He's holding on to that the whole time. Like, from the minute he marries Ed and joins society and gets the real job, like that's what he's doing the whole time. It's Ed's journey that's interesting, from going from like cop to like, let's go kidnap kids.
Really interesting. I think the second John Goodman and his buddy come along, he goes back to his life and like, once a criminal, always a criminal.
So
kind of thing.
but it's interesting though,
because he vacillates.
But what did he do? He didn't do anything. He was drinking and hanging out with them. He didn't break any laws or anything. Him robbing. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Huggies place.
Him robbing that place was not because of the entry of John Goodman and the other.
I thought
guy.
so. And also, he was going to rob the bank with them. He wrote the goodbye note.
I thought was the good. Maybe I misread this. Was the goodbye note, I'm going to rob the bank?
Yeah.
Or I'm getting out of here. I'm leaving you and the kid. I'm not good for you guys.
No, he's like, he's going to rob the bank with them.
All right.
He was convinced by them when they like kind of are like, this is who you are, man.
I don't know that that's correct. We'll take a look later at that.
Okay.
And I'll
See the
smash you
comments.
next week.
Yeah.
We'll check the comments. I'm sure someone's going to yell
Actually,
at me. I mean, you were wrong. It's not on your podcast. It's just two white privileged guys talking about stuff from the internet.
that's what podcasts are.
Did you see someone, I don't remember what it was. Someone had commented like, oh my God, two guys read internet notes on podcasts. And I replied, this is the best. Did you see this? Where
No.
I replied to him like, thank you so much. This is the best comment we've ever received. And the guy just gave me a thumbs up.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
I just had to calm myself down a little bit.
It's easy.
John Goodman, a staple in Coen films.
He's so funny.
Did we last week, did I mention to you guys that I am now all caught up on the Righteous Gemstones?
Yeah.
Was it you that said you don't like Goodman in the Righteous Gemstones?
He's the straight man out of everybody.
I think he's good in it.
I forget how funny he is. Like in this movie, do you know he's hosted SNL 13 times?
Yeah, I believe it, man.
He's the record holder.
Yeah.
He's just incredible. Like I take him as a serious actor more, like Cloverhill Lane.
Oh no, I remember him from Roseanne. That's where I
Yeah, but he was kind of like the
play the straight man most of the time. Yeah,
exactly. Or like Sea of Love or the
Flintstones.
Flintstone. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What was it? Rock Vegas? What was it
Viva
called?
La
Viva
Rock.
Rock Vegas.
Yeah.
But by the way, I went back when we were doing our Rush Hour episode last week, and you were talking about martial
Yeah.
Martial arts, and you say martial arts.
Huh.
We have had two other episodes where you have said martial arts, and
Whatever.
I made fun of you for that too.
You get what I'm saying.
Does everybody get what you're saying?
Yeah.
Now?
What was your favorite scene in this movie?
Oh, Jesus. I mean,
The
I really the when they are returning the baby.
It's pretty heartfelt.
So that's kind of what's fun about this is that it's silly. And there's like, when the bounty hunter is fighting with High, and High pulls the pin on the grenade.
I'm sorry.
And he looks at him and says, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's this incredible break from what otherwise is kind of silliness.
All the music goes out too.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, if you read about the symbolism of what this is supposed to be, right? Smalls, who's played by Randall Tex Cobb, he's supposed to represent, which is why he has the same tattoo that Hyde has.
Yeah, he's got the Woody Woodpecker.
Well, so is it Woody Woodpecker or is it something else? I thought it was like...
It's like an iteration of it from a 1950s rat rod company.
Yeah. Well, we'll call it Woody Woodpecker for the sake of people identifying it. But the reason they have the same tattoo is that what Smalls is supposed to represent is what High could be. Like,
really?
It's supposed to represent like the vision of all of the bad, all of the evil, like that, like H.I. could be this guy if not for this diversion in his story of marrying Ed, raising a family and everything else. And that's why that's why he says to Ed, when Ed sees Smalls, and he turns to her and says, you see him too?
Oh, yeah.
Because up to that point, he had just been having nightmares about this guy.
Dreaming
about this guy. Yeah. These premonitions, if you will. I don't know. I really love that scene when they're in the nursery and Nathan, Arizona kind of forgives them.
Lets them off the hook.
Yeah. Like, and basically they're like, I don't think we're going to stay together. And I'm paraphrasing, but he says something to the effect of, you brought him back and that means you got to have some good in you. And, maybe that can help. And then that dream sequence
at the end. Yeah.
I love,
we're getting old.
I know.
Yeah.
I love.
This is like military coming home kind of stuff. We're just like,
I know. Yeah. I don't know why it affected me so much.
Yeah.
But I loved, do you know who plays the scene in the future scene where they see Nathan Jr. is playing football? That's the kid from Home Improvement.
No way.
It has to be.
Brad?
I didn't look for sure, but it looks identical to him. You should double check it.
Okay.
But yeah, so I just used ChatGPT again, who, by the way, should sponsor our show. Apparently it's Chad Michael. I was about to say.
Chad Michael Murray?
Yeah. It's Todd Michael Bogers. But he looks identical to the kid from Tool Time, by the way.
Who's in jail?
Oh, duh. This movie came out. It couldn't be the same. This came out in 87.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
a little
so
early.
stupid. Yeah. Because Tool Time was mid-90s?
92, 93.
I'm guessing. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's probably my favorite scene in the movie is the end piece. What about you?
I think the chase scene where with the Huggies and the cops and the dogs. And like at the end when he's like, turn left here while they're having the argument and then he picks up the Huggies.
It's very Point Break.
Yeah.
The cinematography. So they shot that also. There's one version of it where Nicolas Cage is holding a camera with the camera pointing at his face.
Oh, that's interesting.
And we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great transition. Sorry, when my fire pager goes off through my phone, it throws me off.
Have you ever had a weird sex thing fire run? Like someone was doing something with fire and like
a weird sex thing fire run.
Yeah. Like
no,
someone with their mistress who was using candles.
Nope. No, I haven't.
Burned their mistress alive.
Nope.
Their skin was just goopy.
I can confidently tell you I've never had a weird sex thing fire run.
No.
Most firefighters don't.
No, like M40s in your butt or something?
Nope. No, Max. Haven't dealt with that. This show is it's going strong here for it, I'll tell you that. All right, Max, let's talk about some fun facts about this movie. So I already mentioned Kevin Costner auditioned 3 times to play H.I., only to see Nick Cage snag the role. This film was only shot in 10 weeks. But this goes back to what you mentioned, which is the Coen brothers are heavily, heavily focused on, they map out the storyboard.
Yeah, really
so
religiously.
So there's actually... this led to a lot of friction between Nick Cage and the Coen brothers.
Because he's an improvised king.
And there's only, I believe there's only one scene that had any improvisation. And that's when H.I.'s boss is over at the house and all the kids are there. And he takes a bunch of pistachios and chucks them at the kids.
Yeah.
So he improv that. And the crew was laughing. And Joel or Ethan, one of them went up to him and said, hey, like, that worked really well. We're going to keep it. Don't ever do it again. So that's the only improv scene in the entire film. Kate Capshaw said no to playing Ed in Raising Arizona. She regretted the decision. She also turned down the role of Diane Chambers on Cheers.
Oh, my God.
Those are 2 pretty big misses, in my opinion, but whatever.
That would drive me crazy.
A little bit, right? Yeah. A lot of the babies for this film were fired.
So do you know there's 15 babies?
A lot of babies.
So okay,
Go. My fact might be the same as yours.
No,
but it's wild.
go for it. Yeah.
So these crazy parents that wanted their babies to be on the show, went so far as to put her baby's shoes on backwards in order to prevent him from walking, because that's why the babies. The babies. But if you know anything about infants, the fact that these quintuplets are clearly toddlers, like you kind of have to suspend reality, because like they came home from the hospital already like sitting up and
they're definitely
over.
not babies.
They're not babies, but whatever, that's fine. I do love, I think you brought this up, the haircut, when I said how Nick Cage is perfect for this role. If you watch the film, the more subdued his hair is and normal his hair is, matches his level of anxiety and energy. So the wilder stuff gets in the film, the more wild his hair gets.
And he's unapologetic. He's okay being like looking like a goof.
Yes.
Which I love.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Cage is...
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like when on his highest highs, he's a top 5 actor of all time. It's just he doesn't get there all the time.
And his dinosaur eggs. He loves dinosaur eggs.
Have you ever seen Ghost Rider?
Yes.
It's some of the worst acting I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's the same guy.
And then, but his range is great because, I mean, The Rock, I thought he was amazing in The Rock.
Have you seen Community?
No.
So there's
I have, where I have not seen full episodes of Community, but I've seen the clip where Abed has to like do a whole cage thing. Yeah. I did see that. That's funny.
Oh, I'm a sexy cat.
It was interesting because they said part of the reason this worked is because they were casting a leading man in a character actor's role.
Yep.
So at this point in his career, he was on the ascent. Like everybody knew he was going to be the guy.
Which makes sense. It's like Brad Pitt could have done this young in his career because he's in a character actor in a leading man's body. Or Val Kilmer could have killed this role.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You and Val.
It's pretty cool. Frances McDormand and Holly Hunter were roommates at Yale in 1982. So like they were buddies. So I find that really cool.
Yeah. So to your note, the Coens casted Holly Hunter for the role of Ed McDonough after failing to get her to play the lead in Blood Simple due to scheduling conflicts. Hunt actually recommended Frances McDormand, who ended up marrying Joel Coen.
Yeah.
So that was a cute little connection.
And she's an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's great in Fargo.
The 11-minute prologue. So this was the quote about the prologue from Ethan Coen. The key was to do it at a breakneck speed. Something new is always happening to the point where you're a couple of minutes in and you're not thinking about the credits. So ultimately, when the credits do come up, it's a surprise.
Oh, that's cool.
And that is exactly what it feels like. You kind of almost feel like, oh, I guess they're not going to have credits. And then pop, they give you the credits right at that 11-minute mark. So I thought that was kind of neat. There's lots of throwbacks and tips of the hats to other films, like The Hudsucker Proxy was the film they wanted to do, but the budget was massive. So they got the green light to do Raising Arizona first. But in Raising Arizona, HI's work uniform on it says Hudsucker Industries.
Oh, that's cool.
Because they already had written it, even though it came out after, they were ready to do it. The Tex Cobb, who played Smalls, you're killing me, Smalls. Every time I say Smalls, I think of You're Killing Me, Smalls.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He lied in the interview process and said that he could ride motorcycles, and he could not ride motorcycles, got into an accident and had like a chronic shoulder injury for the rest of his life as a result of it.
He was difficult apparently too. They called him a force of nature and more than an actor.
It kind of feels that way.
Yeah.
What movie was he in that we did the war movie with?
Uncommon Valor.
Uncommon Valor.
He rules in that.
He does rule in Uncommon
Dude,
Valor.
he's in this movie though, the scene where he's talking to Nathan Sr., it's kind of haunting and like kind of good acting.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's not acting. By the way, I miss when evil guys were dirty, had like a bad tattoo. Mama Doesn't Love Me, I think it was what it said on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And also those long black cigarettes, you know what I mean? Like where they're kind of like a cigar, but not like, I miss that kind of bad guy.
Yeah. There's a grit, like a dirtiness.
Oh my God.
Even just when he grabs the fly.
Yeah.
Like, that was very.
That was freaking awesome.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. All right. Here's something that's pretty cool. There are these moments where the Coen brothers are paying homage to their past or to other films they worked on. So in the shot where the camera moves in on Florence, Arizona, discovering that Nathan Jr. is gone, this is a direct homage to The Evil Dead, which is a film that the Coens were assistant editors on. Yeah, I mean, additionally, Max, this is a American Film Institute. We don't do a lot of films that get this type of, because we're trash pandas. Their 2000 list of top 100 funniest American movies, videos. I don't know why I said videos.
You want to say that again?
Ring, 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 run, run,
That
run.
was really bad.
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Ha! Ha!
This is Matthew McConaughey's most watched movie.
All right.
Yeah, and also Edgar Wright's favorite movie. So you can see some Scott Pilgrim versus the World in this.
Yeah.
So I like that a lot. My favorite fact about this movie, Sam McMurray, who plays High's boss,
Yeah.
he went to lunch with Nick Cage. They're in a diner.
Oh, I know the story. This is good.
And this girl thinks she sees Nick Cage because he's got the crazy hair.
Yeah.
She goes up to him. He's like, "Are you Nick Cage?" And they start talking. Eventually gets an autograph. And the autograph that Nick Cage wrote was
You're gonna die tomorrow.
Was on a cocktail napkin. It says, "Tomorrow you will die, Nick Cage."
Yeah.
I would keep that forever.
Oh, for sure. I guess the napkin was like already wet and like dirty. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
that's
Even
amazing.
better.
That's great.
Yeah.
Max, any other notes, facts, things about the film?
Let's see. No.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, Max, let's talk about the director, actors, all that fun stuff. What do you got?
So director, writers, Joel and Ethan Coen.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy they write everything they do.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're control freaks. That's
Yeah.
that's the thing about them, right?
yeah, Miller's Crossing is one of the best movies of the 90s. Barton Fink I didn't like particularly. It's a little weird. Have you seen that one?
No.
I mean, yeah, it's strange. Big Lebowski's just
Yeah, I mean,
forever
that's-
quotable.
yeah.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Super fun. No Country for Old Men is like one of my top 20
That's
movies.
Bruce's favorite movie.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. That tracks.
God, I don't like that for him. Oh man, that movie makes me want to take
All right,
lukewarm
move it
bath.
along. Move
Okay,
it along.
Nick Cage, one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Every time we talk about him, I have to say this fact is my favorite. He once woke up in his house in Orange County in the middle of the night to find a naked man eating a fudgicle in front of his bed. He did not press charges.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I respect it.
Yeah. I like
good.
the move.
Married 5 times, once to Lisa Marie Presley. Does weird accents in his movies just to like distinguish himself. Every time he's played a screenwriter in a movie, he's been nominated for an Oscar.
Wow.
So Leaving Las Vegas
Yeah.
and Adaptation.
Okay.
So
There you go.
pretty cool. And I mean, just one of the strangest, most fun careers.
He's
of all-
eccentric. He's eccentric.
Yeah,
for sure.
he has a ton of acting credits, and like once in a while, like he'll have movies like Pig, where it's like out of nowhere he just
Pig.
no,
It's not that.
no,
It's not the night slasher.
no, it's not. I mean,
Delver Cobra fans out there are like, yes.
have you seen
yes.
Have you seen Kiss of Death? No. It's a David Caruso movie from the 90s. He plays this psycho,
Cage?
yeah,
Mm.
like bodybuilder guy who's the son of a mobster, and he's out of his mind, and it's incredible. I mean, he's at his best when he's at 11. I mean, Moonstruck, this,
Yeah.
Vampires Kissed. It Could Happen to You is kind of a corny movie, but I like Face Off, Con Air,
Oh, take your face. Oh.
Lord of War. They're making a sequel to that, which I'm
Yeah.
psyched about. I mean, just the best. Holly Hunter, kind of underrated in general. You know, she's 5'2". She's a itty bitty.
A little tiny thing.
Well, her crying about "I love him so much." That's like the quintessential like mom attachment
Yeah.
in like movies and TV.
Yeah.
She lived in the same house as Joel and Ethan Coen, Frances McDormand, and Sam Raimi in 1985. That's pretty cool.
That's a powerhouse right there.
Broadcast news. She's I can't picture anyone else in that role. That's
Mhm.
incredible.
Mhm.
She's also the voice of Elastigirl in Incredibles.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Now that I'm like hearing it and thinking about it, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's her and Craig T. Nelson is
Yeah.
the dad.
That's
so
awesome.
Pretty cool. Trey Wilson, who plays Nathan Arizona Sr. This is the wildest fact I've ever heard. I mean, I know that says a lot. Well, no, for you. So, a little movie called Silence of the Lambs.
Mm-hmm.
It's dedicated to him. If you look in the beginning of the movie,
Did he die during shooting?
So I looked this up. I couldn't find it. I guess the director knew him and there was going to be a role for him. He died of a brain hemorrhage in 1989.
Oh, man.
But the movie's dedicated to him.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Yeah, he's really good. He's in the Warriors, FX, Bull Durham, and Twins. So
Good evening, Clary.
yeah, John Goodman, the man, Revenge of the Nerds. He's Coach Harris. Nerds. King Ralph, Roseanne.
King Ralph.
Yeah.
King Ralph.
And never forget Monsters Inc. He's Sully.
yeah.
Yeah, which is super important.
King Ralph,
Yeah.
though.
Have you seen Flight?
No.
Oh, you haven't? Oh my God, Robert Zemeckis. He's like Denzel Washington's like drug-friendly best friend.
All right.
It's really good.
All right.
I mean, he can hang with anybody.
Mhm.
He's just a great. William Forsythe, who plays Evil, his partner in crime. He's in a bunch of stuff. Cloak and Dagger. Dick Tracy.
I loved Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, Dick Tracy. He plays Flat Top.
Yep.
Virtuosity, which is one of my favorite movies. He's Denzel's cop buddy.
Okay.
My favorite, though, remember Deuce Bigelow? He's the
Yes.
guy, he's the cop chasing him.
That's a huge Have to blink that out.
Do the letters T, J mean anything to you?
We should do Deuce Bigelow on the show.
Can we?
No. We have to do either the animal or Deuce Bigelow. You got to pick one or the other.
Stapler.
Rob Schneider is the stapler.
Jessica, it's me. He's really interesting, dude. Yeah.
Right.
Frances McDormand, Fargo, Darkman. Remember, she's Liam Neeson's like stupid wife.
Yeah.
She's like, no one's gonna come after us.
I do. Yeah.
No one's gonna murder him. Almost Famous. She's the mom too.
Mm-hmm.
She's incredible. Randall Tex Cobb, Ace Ventura, Uncommon Valor, Police Academy 4, Blind Fury. Just rules. Yeah. That's all I got.
All right.
But it's a good cast. Like
it is a good cast. Everybody's role has value.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So,
all
chef's
right.
kiss.
Well, on that being said, let's go to our Buzz in the Tower fan spotlight, Max. Max, this week's Buzz in the Tower fan spotlight is one of our fans.
Wow.
I meant to say someone we're fans of.
Jesus Christ.
I glitched out hard.
Yeah.
Leave it all in. I deserve the embarrassment of that.
That's what happens when we have women on the show.
I get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I do.
We do get uncomfortable.
I
We're
get
such
uncomfortable.
losers.
You're a loser. I'm freaking awesome. Deidre Humphrey, who is a longtime fan of the show and always supportive of everything we do and loves Raising Arizona, I hope.
Yeah.
Question mark?
I asked her, she's like, I would love nothing more than to do this.
Excellent. Well, then let's see what she had to say.
What's up? It's your girl Glamazon PDX, aka Deidre, coming at you from the Pacific Northwest, and I am bringing you 80s fashion, 1987 realness. Think Salt and Pepper, think Culture Club. I mean, 1987 was the peak of more is more fashion, which I embrace, but also just a hell of a year for movies, right? I mean, RoboCop, Predator, The Lost Boys, Spaceballs, Mannequin,
How
Dirty
did we not
Dancing,
talk about the
Some Kind of
87?
Wonderful,
Yeah,
3 Minute a
that's true.
Baby, Wall Street, Moonstruck, and a little podunk love story in the desert called Raising Arizona. My guys, I am thrilled to be back as another fan spotlight for you. I mean, I'm approaching the 5-timers club like Saturday Night Live. So maybe 5 times gets you a Buzz in the Tower bomber jacket. Could be fun.
She's under sweater.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am here to talk about Raising Arizona, the weird and wonderful Coen Brothers cult classic from 1987. And what I remember about Raising Arizona when it came out is similar to Saturday Night Live. When I would go to school on Monday after watching SNL on a Saturday night and try to earn cool points by quoting, Jack Handy, Deep Thoughts, or whatever cool sketch was on that weekend, probably something Phil Hartman or whatever. It was similarly cool to quote Raising Arizona, like, son, you got a panty on your head. We didn't know why it was cool, but it was. It was just, something about the Coen Brothers magic. But it's fun. It's a great ride. And I love the way that this movie is shot. I'm not a film school grad or anything close to it. But I guess that like single cam where, for example, when H.I. is popping his crazy-haired, crazy-eyed head out of the window on the ladder in the nursery and the baby's view is just bouncing up and down. And then you get taken on the ride after he robs the convenience store, a la Ferris Bueller, through the houses in the neighborhoods and the point of view of the dogs in the
That's a good
grocery
point.
store.
Mhm.
It's fun. It's funny and unique, and it's a fun ride, right? So go out and brush up on some Coen Brothers if you haven't seen them already. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. If you are, then my name ain't Nathan Arizona. By the way, did you catch how Nathan Arizona says, if a frog had wings, he wouldn't bump his ass a hopping? Excellent. All right, guys. I have really nothing to promote other than I think you're rad. And I think every 80s fan should come out to the Oregon coast for Goonies weekend. The 40th anniversary is June 5th through the 8th this year. And this is, just come hang out and be a nostalgia nerd with me. I'll be there.
Woo!
She's so good.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like our production value is such garbage when I see the time that she put into that. I'm like, God, if she just moved to Michigan and I could kill Max. bury him under the studio.
My dad would find you.
He would. God, man.
Selena would find you. Selena's dad would find you.
Selena would give me a hug. Goonies weekend. That'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
I can't make it work because I'm lame. I always think of Point Break, but she's right. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
It's like
bum,
the
bum.
adult version.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy that Nick Cage did Moonstruck and this in the same year.
Well, and shame on us. Really shame on you because you have been at the forefront of the 1987 conversation for 4 years, and that you didn't make one note of it the entire time is a failure.
This movie feels out of time, though. It doesn't feel like it was definitional 1987.
No.
It feels like it could have been made any time from like 75 to 2000.
So to that point, that's probably what's so incredible about the Coen brothers.
Yeah.
They don't date themselves because of the unique quirkiness of what they're doing anyways.
It's like a forever Western is all their movies for the most part. Yeah.
Well, Deidre, awesome job as usual. And we do have to get her a bomber jacket probably at some point. So put that on your list, Max. And that concludes our episode on Raising Arizona. A reminder, if you have not already, please subscribe, rate, review on any podcast player out there. Buzz in the Tower, where you want to go, where you want to be is with us. We're here. And then social media, at Buzz in the Tower is our handle, BUZZ on the Tower. And social media, we talked about patreon.com/Buzz in the Tower.
Give us monies.
BuzzinTheTower.com is the website. And our sponsor, 80stees.com. Max, I'm not sure what we're going to do next week. We're kicking around doing Space Camp.
Could we do The Pest?
No.
I love The Pest.
Doing The Pest. We should do Human Centipede.
That's not in the
I know.
90s.
Break all the rules.
God.
Yeah.
Kyla, it's
All right.
coming.
All right, enough.
Remember the song?
Yes. All right. How do you want to end? I know how I'm ending. How do you want to end?
You're going to sing the...
You never know that.
Yeah.
How are you going to end?
I'm sorry.